Hey everybody, this is Reza.
This is Sandy.
Welcome back to episode 22 of the Stone Cold Sober podcast.
Lucky 22. Is 22 a lucky number?
I have no idea, but we can make it a lucky number.
Let's make it a lucky number.
I'm very OCD about things, and I love the number 5, but I also like repeating numbers, and 22 just so happens to be a repeating number.
5 is a great number.
Do you like 5?
5 is a good number. 5 is a good quarterback number.
Donovan. I have no idea why.
Donovan was number 5. Huh?
Yeah, he's the quarterback that comes to mind when I think of.
You know what
5.
numbers I like? I also like 12.
Do you? Do you know what it is about 12 you like?
In basketball, I like 11.
Okay.
Yao Ming. Won't lie.
Yao Ming, of course. Representing the entire nation.
One of the best big men to ever play the game.
Represent.
I'm surprised. I wish he got put on the list before Shaq did in that TNT segment. Oh my God! Can you imagine Yao Ming, number 4? He'd lose his motherfucking mind.
That was so funny. Was he really not on that? Was he not on that list? I don't.
It was a fake list.
Yeah, I know. But I can't believe they didn't put him up there.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think they put him. I think they put Shaq like number 9 or something.
So speaking of NBA, I've been watching the playoffs and
the truth.
The truth. So hold on, here we
Paul
go.
Pierce.
I made my predictions last week, right? I said I thought Golden State would crush Memphis. I don't know if I said they would crush Memphis, but I thought that was an easy pick.
They're down 1, right?
I thought Washington would beat Atlanta. I thought the Bulls would beat the Cavs, and I thought that Houston would beat the Clippers. And it looks like my West Coast picks are not so good right now.
Yeah.
Both of my picks are down 1-2. The Clippers are looking great. The Clippers are looking really good. They're up 2-1 against the Rockets, and the Grizzlies are up 2-1 against the Warriors, and they had a pretty easy win yesterday.
Yeah, looked like it.
Now, the East Coast games are really, really fun.
Yeah.
But all of those games have been very close. They've been to the wire. You know, Derrick Rose hitting that game-winning 3 2 nights ago, and then Paul Pierce hitting the game-winning, it wasn't a 3, but it was a step-back jumper with like 3 people on him. And he hit that game, was it last night, right? For the win.
The bank. The backboard this postseason is the true MVP.
Tell that to Steph Curry.
Why did... First of all, who was open at the bottom of the screen? Was that John Wall? It wasn't, was it?
No, because John... So that's another thing I did want to talk about, too. But I'm not sure who was open at the bottom of the screen.
I don't know, because when What's-His-Face passed the ball to the Truth, a.k.a. Paul Pierce, a.k.a. the YMCA hero, a.k.a. the guy you see at the Y, a.k.a. why is he still in the NBA? When he passed it to Paul Pierce with about 8 seconds left, maybe 5 seconds left.
Yeah.
And Paul Pierce just started to back down at the top of I was like, and Kyle Korver was totally out of position. He wasn't out of position, but he was playing the guy on the bottom really softly.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering at 3 seconds, could it have made sense to pass it to the open guy? Because Kyle Korver started inching toward Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
He was the second guy to cover him. I figured, would it have made sense to pass it to the bottom guy and for him to shoot an open 3? I don't know, because that guy, when you go to look at the footage afterward, he wasn't happy that Paul Pierce took the shot, and it took him a second to realize, I should go congratulate him because he just won the game.
I have the link, but I'm not going to play it because it will the sound will get picked up.
Yeah, we'll put it in the
I can send you the link if you want
description.
to look at it really fast too.
We'll put it in the description.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one I sent around to people yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sent it to a good friend who's a big Paul Pierce fan. I think it's like ironically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been a big fan of Paul Pierce, and it's mostly because the look on his face. Like he always has this look on his face, like it's a look of like disgust.
Yeah.
Maybe? And like I don't know. He'll have that look when like a ref will call him on a foul and he's like blatantly reaching. I'm like, really?
Really, we all saw
We
you.
all saw it, right? Speaking of reaching, LeBron James had the most blatant reach-in foul on Derrick Rose before he hit that three that wasn't called, and I have no idea why he would make that reach.
Yeah.
I was watching it with Lena, and Derrick Rose is bringing the ball up. He's bringing the ball up, right? Tie game, and with 8 seconds left, like right at the half court line, LeBron James just reaches in, kind of grabs his arm and knocks the ball loose, and it rolls out of bounds, which rolls, you lose 5 seconds off the
Right.
clock there. That's why there's 3 seconds left when they were inbounding it to him. But I can't for the life of me figure out why they wouldn't have called a foul and send Derrick Rose to the line. Like how the refs didn't see that, I don't know.
I don't know.
I did want to see the referee report because people were talking about it all day on Reddit yesterday.
It's been a hell of a good postseason for the NBA.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Yeah, I still preferred last year. Well, last year and 2 years ago, those first rounds were great.
Yeah.
The Pacers last year with with Roy Hibbert,
Oh my.
just kind of
Oh my gosh.
falling apart, sort of.
Yeah.
But I wonder how much was him like actually falling apart and mainstream America not actually being aware of his play style and like what he does. But like then again, he had games with like 0 points or like and like 0 rebounds or whatever it was.
I think in that situation, the lack of rebounds is the more egregious line.
Right, because he's not much of a scorer. Now especially last year, I wasn't a big I didn't watch a lot of the Pacers games. I knew they were the number one team in the East at the time, but that was about it.
Right.
And I was aware of his play style. He's not like going out there and getting double doubles every single night, but like when you're that big of a man, and you were on the All-Star team and you get rebounds, you get blocks, and he's doing none of that in the playoffs, then people talk about it a lot, and I think that it probably just got to him.
Oh yeah. I'm just I don't know. I don't really get into the NBA until this time of year, so I'm happy with what I'm just really happy with what I'm seeing.
Yeah, yeah. It's. I watch like I casually watch a lot of games throughout the season, but I don't have like League Pass, so I only watch what I get.
Right.
So every now and then I'll like kind of just put a Sixers game on in the background, but God knows I don't really want to watch a lot of those games.
Yeah.
As much as like I don't even have like a team that I really support fully. Now, if you would have asked me, I guess I would say the Sixers just because they're the local team, but I don't know. I feel like they're tanking anyway
Not
right
the
now.
Pacers?
No, not even the. I didn't like the Pacers when I lived in Indiana. I wanted the Pacers to lose back with Jalen Rose and Reggie Miller, like Mark Jackson.
Really? That's a
Smits.
strong three right there.
Yeah, man. I didn't like the team. I wasn't that big of a basketball team or a basketball fan. I think the reason was because both my older brothers did not like the Pacers, and I just then by default didn't like the Pacers.
Right. Right.
But as you get older, it's really easy to hate the local team if you're not a supporter of that team. So like for me, I'm a Colts fan, right? I don't really like I kind of sort of support the Eagles, but I hate bandwagon fans. Like it's so easy to hate bandwagon fans, right?
It's also it's also because it's incredibly easy to spot them.
Right. When people start talking about football and they're hyping up when you go on Facebook, you see all these people hyping up the Eagles, and you're only watching them because they're in the playoffs, right? Like you don't watch any of their games otherwise. They're going to the playoffs, so now you're watching the games, or you only watch the one game of the season that you happen to go to, but you don't watch any of the other ones. Stuff like that.
Yeah, it's always tough because you want to cheer on your team knowing that all your fans are equally as invested as you're in.
Yeah, and I think it's easy to it's easy to find those people that are as invested in your team as you are when it's not a local team. So for you, if you find a Chargers fan, somebody who claims to be a Chargers fan and lives in New York City, like they're not going to say that unless they really are a Chargers fan.
Right. There's no reason for anyone to be a Chargers fan right now. Why? Why do they move?
Oh man.
But yeah, You know what's interesting? I recently downloaded FIFA 15 because it got put into the EA Access Vault,
Yeah.
and I was wondering, like, when you watch like soccer games, they sort of tell you how much they're running around. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
they were saying like back in the World Cup where Germany won, they were saying one of their midfielders had run something like 35 miles
Really?
over, yeah, like over the course of like all the games they had played. 35 miles. I wonder how much people run around in a basketball game
That's a good question.
because you're always moving.
Yeah. And there's
And-
some teams that run a lot more than others.
right,
Those are
and
pretty easy to spot.
that's that high interval to like high intensity interval training.
Yeah.
Like you're not only sort of like always backpedaling or like running around like quick spurts of acceleration to get that separation, but then you're like moving up and down the court.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's very rare for you to actually not be moving
Yeah.
when you get fouled, probably. But
When you got that TV timeout, I'd be on the court right then. I'd be like, "Come on, TV timeout! I need one right now."
yeah, that's interesting because in the NFL there's so many TV timeouts.
Right.
Ugh, they should. It'd be cool to track that, like just to see like on some sort of gambling level to see like, oh, like this player, he's been running a lot. I wonder where that kind of access to information we would be able to get.
Yeah.
Like over the course of a game, like, oh man, like Paul Pierce on his daddy knees, he's running a lot more than normal. They should probably sit that guy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's an interesting stat, and yeah, I'm sure that stat has to exist somewhere, right?
Oh yeah.
Like
Like
I was telling you how the Golden State Warriors, how they just don't stop moving, and you could tell like that's why they're always getting so many open looks. They don't not only do they not stop moving, but there's so many like off the ball screens that are getting set to make you lose your man
Yeah.
that somebody can just get a quick three.
Right.
It's
Splash. Sorry, that's copyrighted. Can't do
yeah,
that.
is it really?
I don't know, but all respect to
could-
my
it
man
could be.
Chris Move. Don't play
Obviously.
Minecraft.
I can't believe he's playing
Boring.
Minecraft.
God damn it.
I didn't watch it, but I
Sorry.
can't believe he's playing Minecraft.
We digress.
I feel like I should play Minecraft just to experience it because of how many people play it. Like, it's got to be good, right?
Oh, I have no doubt that it's really good. I just know that with a game like Minecraft, I'm gonna lose my mind in it. Like, if I'm doing side quests in GTA that are still sort of on rails, can you imagine a game like, oh, fully explore and build whatever you want? It's like 3 days later, oh my god, I shit my pants 3 times. I didn't want to get up. Ugh. That's not serious.
You'd be like that one lady in that article that we read on Reddit. What was she? She was fused to her couch. How many years was she there for?
You didn't get up for like what?
7?
Wait, what, 7?
I don't know. I don't know if it was that high, but it was several years.
It was several years, and we were wondering because they had to saw her out of the.
Yeah, they had to literally surgically remove her from the couch. Is what they said.
Well, if you think about all that piss and
shit.
defecation, I don't know why they just say shit. All that piss and shit, right? You're laying in your own filth. That's fucking poison.
And there's a dude who's cleaning it.
Right, like
There was a
she
guy
doesn't
who's
have the decency to just get up.
right because
Oh.
right. Like, what do you think was going through her mind the first time that happened? Right, because the first time it happened, it's not like she was fused to the couch yet. It's not
Right.
like it. So I wonder if she had done this in the past, so that this time when she sat down on the couch and stayed there for however many years, maybe it wasn't maybe it was just something that wasn't new.
Yeah, like exactly. What was the activity preceding the moment she sat down for the last time?
Yeah,
Oh,
but she
Jesus.
stayed there for a few years. Not like she died when
Yeah.
she sat down for the last time.
And then it was like, oh, well, I've been eating, I've been sleeping. I might as well just finish it out, finish the cycle. That I don't know. There's got to be something
And
off.
the police were thinking about bringing up charges against the guy who kind of enabled her, who like fed her and cleaned her up, and stuff like that.
Only in America does a guy in that situation, not male guy, but that person
That
guy
person, right?
gets charged with a crime. Like they should charge this woman with a crime for wasting taxpayer money, for not being a decent human being. speaking of a decent human being, I was reading a shower thought on Reddit that there's literally every other place on your body that if shit were to get on, you would have to do more than wipe it off with a piece of paper. I don't know if I said that right, but like I think it was just an argument about why in America's one of the only countries that really uses toilet paper.
Hmm.
Everywhere, a lot of like European countries and Asian countries have
They got the
bidets.
bidet. I want a bidet. I'm gonna make sure I have a bidet in my house. By the way.
Bidets are so important.
Yeah.
You gotta wash that shit out.
Yeah, man.
You're like, oh my, oh my god. I don't want to get into this stuff just yet, but I mean, because the woman sitting on the couch for the last time, sort of spawns two areas of conversation that we want to talk about. First is like activity, right?
Right.
Just sort of how active you are on a day to day, and I used to wear a fuel band I got from work, and it was kind of cool. It was a gamification of things like how many steps, calories, presented in a fun way, and you can sort of track it socially. You get badges if you do well, and it does motivate you to move a lot more.
Right.
Have you had any experience with any of those?
I don't have one, but my girlfriend Elena does.
How does she like it?
So she she loves it. So it was kind of funny the story of how she got it. So she got it for Christmas from her stepdad, and she wasn't expecting it at all. So he lives in Columbus, Ohio, and they were on the phone. And I believe she opened it while she was on the phone with him. And I think he was saying, she opened it. And she was kind of surprised because she had no idea like where he even got the inspiration from that for that gift. And I think he was saying that she's into like kind of fitness and being healthy and stuff. But the funny thing is, at the time, she wasn't like going to the gym or like being super active like that. So she got the Fitbit and she would wear it, and she did kind of make it a game because at her former in her former position, she was moving around a lot. She was always on her feet. She was very rarely still, like either sitting or just standing in place. So I think the default goal for steps that you take every single day is 10,000. So her goal then was to hit those 10,000 steps. So she would sometimes try to do all 10,000 during her 8 hours of work. And if that didn't work out, then she'd come home. Her mom has a dog, so if she was like say 1,000 steps short, she would offer to walk the dog so that she can just get those extra 1,000
Right.
steps. Call it a night.
I've totally done that stuff before. Like, oh, you're short a few steps. Let me just go around the block twice.
Yeah. So then she went to Florida to visit her sister, and at this point she'd stopped working that job, so she was between jobs, and she had about a month of free time before she started her new position. And when she went to Florida, she ended up going to the gym, and since then she's just been like a gym freak. So she's in the gym every single day, or at least like maybe 5 times a week, trying to get those 10,000 steps or more. And so she's joined some of her friends who also have Fitbits, and she competes against them. And I was saying how I thought it was kind of funny the way her average steps per day is like I think it's like 11,000. And there were some other people in the group that she's competing against, and they have like 3,000 or 4,000 steps per day. And I'm like, these people have no chance.
Yeah.
But she's kind of like inspired me, so I kind of want to get a Fitbit too.
Okay.
But I don't think I'm ever going to be able to beat her unless I really go out of my way to try. So the reason is because my work does not involve like any walking around at all. I can literally stay in my desk for 8 hours. Especially if I like bring my lunch. My lunch is at my desk. I can eat my lunch at my desk. If I don't have to go to the bathroom, I could just stay there for 8 9 hours, and that'd be it. That'd be my day. So then I'd have to I'll go to the gym. That's where I get my steps in. Now, these days when I go to the gym, I'm a lot more into like lifting weights,
Right.
and that's not going to benefit my steps. Now, additionally, I also do some cardio, but not nearly as much as I did last year. But I don't like walk very much. So I think that like by having a higher pace, especially when you're comparing steps and not total distance, you kind of lose out a little bit because your stride's much longer when you're actually running. So
That's fair.
I have to figure out how I'm gonna beat her once I get this Fitbit.
Well, I mean, you should probably still focus on lifting.
Yeah, I don't think this this mini competition I was gonna say in my head, but I guess with the Fitbit itself will be enough to warrant me changing too much of my workout routine. So
Yeah.
what I might try to do if I do like if I go for a run or if I'm lifting in general, I might try to do like a bit of a longer cool down walk,
Yeah, that's smart.
get a few extra steps.
And summer's coming. If you're gonna get this thing soon, dude, like you're not gonna be wanting to walk around on that trail in the middle of July.
That is true.
I said it that way because I wanted you to sort of feel that summer heat, like down south,
July. Yeah,
down
man.
in July. It's like, oh God, that is some sweltering nonsense that
Just
you're
it's
getting.
just hot. That's all it is. Just hot.
Oh God, that is that is some brutality right there.
Yeah.
Um, I lifted this morning, at like 7 o'clock in the morning, to getting my laundry in. And
Yeah.
what I've slowly noticed, I've also been rowing every day, which is nice. I had to vacuum my room, so I put my rowing machine sort of like in the upright position, like packed away,
Yeah.
just to see what it's like. But I'm gonna unpack it before I go to bed. So in the morning, it's super easy. I have to use I've been getting blisters on my hands, which I kind of appreciate. Just like
Mhm.
doing a lot of like intense sort of like the gripping of the handlebars. And what I found to be even easier is to put my football gloves on to get that grip.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's been good. But lifting this morning, I've slowly realized that there's a couple of veins on my hand that are getting a little bit more pronounced, which I kind of appreciate. So that's sort of like an unofficial tracking of progress.
Yeah.
Um, oh, happy Mother's Day.
Yes. Happy Mother's Day to the mothers out there, right?
To all the mothers. I called my mom. They landed in Philly last night or this morning at 12:30. They just got back from China, so
Oh yeah.
they said they were just exhausted when they slept, but they don't know when the jet lag is really going to kick in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we dealt with a little bit of jet lag from Brazil, not too much because we were basically in the same time zone.
Yeah. It's like what 2 hours, 3 hours,
2 hours, but I still
and then
felt it.
yeah. It's I don't even know what it is when it comes to. So when I travel, my body kind of resets. I feel like I don't get too bad of jet lag, even when like I've never done anything like China where there's like a 12-hour time difference. I
Yeah.
think the most I've ever done is a 5-hour time difference.
Okay.
Like when I've gone to Ghana, and what I ended up doing is kind of resetting to like a normal person's sleep schedule. So I'm a bit of a night owl. So I like to go to sleep a little later, after midnight is kind of my thing. And then as soon as I travel like anywhere, if it's like a 2-hour time difference, all of a sudden I'll like be tired at 9 and I want to be asleep. And that's kind of what happened, I think, in Brazil. It's like, we got to Brazil and we're like watching movies or whatever it was that we were doing. And then I'm just like, you know what? I could go to sleep right now.
Yeah.
I think the traveling to Bahrain really like screwed us up though.
Oh well,
Like,
I think that was also because we were in the sun all day,
oh my goodness.
especially on the
So,
way back.
well, like, but even getting there, we left
Oh
like at
Jesus.
1 p.m. and we didn't get to our final destination, like the actual bungalow that we were staying, until I think about 1 p.m. the next day. Or no, maybe it wasn't that late.
Yeah.
It may have been like 12,
And I
11 or
think
12, but
I think the
that was
biggest
brutal.
issue was also because when we flew out, there was so little food.
Oh yeah, you're right about that. I completely forgot about the lack of food that we had during some of those trips. And then when we got to the what was it, the Sao Paulo airport, and we got McDonald's.
Oh
It was
my
like,
God, we went nuts at that one.
I think that was the last time I had McDonald's too. It was like the greatest. It was like the greatest meal that I've ever eaten.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, when we landed in Brasilia, it was game over. Cause like, oh my God, there's pizza and there's pasta and there's McDonald's and those golden arches, man. Those golden arches.
Oh yeah.
So, but I'm glad to hear that you're gonna be getting potentially getting a Fitbit.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Now the only thing that I'm a little worried about is I like to wear a watch. Like whenever I leave the house, I love wearing watches. And if I have a Fitbit, I don't think it's appropriate to wear a kind of a watch on both hands. So I should say that she has the Fitbit Charge, and that's kind of the one I was thinking of getting, the Charge, and that's the wristband one. There's some other like the lower model ones that are kind of just like a clip, or you just keep it in your pocket.
Uh-huh.
Now I was thinking of getting the Charge, but then I'm not sure, I guess is what I'm saying. I'm not sure which one I want to get then. I feel like that would be the easiest. You won't forget it, It's just kind of on your wrist. I'm used to wearing a watch anyway. I just don't know how I actually like this style. Like if I like the style enough to replace my watch with a Fitbit. So I don't know. What did you do when you had the Field Band?
I definitely ran a lot more. I also worked out like some Xbox fitness videos, and like when you do the MMA fight training, that
Uh-huh.
gets you around 1,500 steps.
Really?
Now I think the 10,000 step. I think it depends on how the piece of machine like tech is really calculating the step.
Yeah.
Because for me, the baseline goal that it got pre-programmed with was like 2,000, and I upped
Mm.
it to 2,400 at the end of my using of it.
Yeah.
I think I just got tired of charging it. That I just decided, you know what? And also, like you, I like to wear a watch. I like to wear a watch on my left hand.
Yeah.
And having something on my right hand is really sort of throwing me off, like equilibrium wise.
Yeah.
So that's why I stopped wearing mine.
What was I gonna ask? I don't remember what I was gonna ask anymore.
Okay. Let's talk about corporate bathroom behavior.
So this goes back to the lady on the couch.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is the
yeah.
second
Good call.
point that you wanted to
The
discuss.
second point that I wanted to make. So so at work we moved to a new floor. We moved one floor down from the 43rd floor to the 42nd floor. It's a brand new open workspace. It's really nice to collaborate and yada yada yada. But what that also means is that we're now sharing the room with a lot more people, and there's only one one male and one female bathroom on the floor.
Oof.
It's sort of in the center, whatever. Now in the men's bathroom, there are 3 urinals, 2 at the same height, 1 lower height, and the stalls. There's 2 like regular standard stalls, and there's the Cadillac slash uh, accessible. You know, the accessible one, the handicap accessible one. My favorite is the handicap accessible stall. I won't lie, it's like 3 times bigger.
Of course. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? You can move around a little
You
bit.
can move around a little bit. I'm doing some yoga in there.
Sometimes they have a sink in there. You have your own
Mine has a
private
sink.
space.
I've never really used it, but I have definitely sort of like swung my legs back and forth, like, oh my god, look at all this space. But every time, not every time, but every so often, like maybe once every 2.1 visits, something goes down that really messes with me.
Really grind your gears.
Yeah. Now, I also want to bring up some stuff that I see women doing in the women's bathroom. Now, when I say see, I just see women going in, not like.
I'll say what you got. Like you drill a hole in there so you can
I
see.
definitely did not do that. All right, that was Bob.
That was, God damn it, Bob.
God damn it, Bob, ruining it for the rest of us. No,
That one dude from my school who put cameras in the girls' bathrooms.
unreal.
I haven't actually looked into that recently, but yeah, he's got a lot of charges against him.
I bet. So there's things like the standard like I've seen people when they're done using the bathroom, they go to wash their hands, but it's sort of like motion activated the water. So I'll see people who just start scrubbing their hands, like the water's coming out, and then just walk away.
Yeah.
Like, motherfucker, I need to hear the water hit your hands.
Yep.
The sink is still dry. You can't just pantomime you. This isn't a charades. This isn't a game. you know. Speaking of which, I saw the movie He Got Game last night. The Spike Lee joint with Denzel Washington, who plays Ray Allen's dad. Oh, unreal. Great movie. So I saw that and I sort of like had a weird look like, is this motherfucker serious? But he just walked out. What I did learn was a nice little hack is you wash your hands with the soap and then you grab the paper towel, right?
Yeah.
Once you dry your hands, don't throw that paper towel away yet because we have 2 doors, like one door. There's a main bathroom door, and then you gotta walk like a half step zigzag, and there's another door. So it's sort of like that privacy door,
Mm-hmm.
where the door doesn't just open into a bathroom in a sense. It's like a door. You know what I mean? It's a double door.
Yeah.
Enough said. When you leave, you take that paper towel you just clean your hands with, and you touch the doorknob. So you're not technically gripping the doorknob. And I thought that was a nice little hack. I saw that. I was like, oh, there's hope for the rest of us because I learned something today. What I hate is like you go to the bathroom, you're talking to someone, they're going to the bathroom as well, and then they continue the conversation when they're next to you in the urinal.
Cut all conversation out. I hate when I see people that I know in the bathroom. I just
Oh, I
like
hate it. I hate it.
if you're lucky, you'll get a head nod from me. I'm like, what's up?
Yeah, exactly. Like I look down at the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just washing my. I won't even talk to you when I'm washing my hands. I'm just looking at my hands. This is eyes at my own body parts right now. I ain't
Like,
trying to make eye contact with you.
like guys, I'm busy right now. I need to make sure my hands are thoroughly cleaned.
Right. You know. I also hate when there's three urinals and I got there first, so I take the leftmost one, and you decide, you know what, you're not gonna take the right one because it's a short guy one. You're gonna take the middle one.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem going with someone next to me, but it's sort of like you couldn't just respect the rules.
It's one of the unwritten rules, man.
Unwritten rule. Just why'd you have to do that? What's even worse is when I'm in a stall and somebody has a conversation with me going in. Like we both walked in the bathroom and I had to go to the stall and he had to go to the stall too. It's awkward enough that we both know that we're both in each other's like in our stalls next to each other, but the conversation still goes.
Oh god.
Oh god, you get radio silence, Reza. I'm sorry, I'm not on that band. I'm not on that wavelength anymore. My radio's not picking anything up. Shut the fuck up. I heard somebody on a conference call whispering, like you couldn't just put yourself on mute or tell everyone I'll be right back.
Right.
Like you have to be on a whispered conference call in the bathroom.
Apparently it was important. I guess.
A pet peeve of mine is when you're in one of those skinny stalls, so you can sort of like we have full walls along the sides, so you can't really see.
Oh, okay.
Which is nice. I really appreciate that. But there are times when you're in like the one where like, the bottom 10% is open.
Yeah.
And you kind of see other people's legs feet next to yours, depending on how they're sitting, right? A pet peeve of mine is when their pants are around their ankles.
I was surprised that this made you so angry. I was like, wait, why does this bother you?
Because this motherfucker is basically naked from the waist down.
Hey, man. You gotta get that. I guess he needs to move his knees around a little bit, you know?
Do you? Is that the more optimal position that I haven't been adopting? Oh my god, Reza, it drives me in because when people wear those badges that they snap onto their belt loop, sometimes it's in my stall. And I'm my foot can't go over him, and I kick that back, because that's an all-out assault, and you don't know what people are capable of. But when I saw that for the first time, I was like, oh my god, this makes me irrationally angry.
I hate things that make me irrationally angry.
That's definitely one of them.
I must say, Sandy, this is part of the reason why I try to avoid going to any bathroom in public at all costs. Like unless I absolutely need to go, I just don't go.
Oh yeah.
I'm a big private bathroom proponent. I love my bathroom at home, and I don't want to use any other bathroom ever.
Oh, absolutely. It's your bathroom.
Yeah, man.
You know every nook and cranny of that bathroom.
I don't know if I know every nook and cranny of it,
but
I know I don't got to worry about people having conference calls next to me.
This happened last week. Well, this is sort of a standard one. I don't want to. All right, so this happens almost every week. But when you go into a stall, do you take that paper out and sit on it? The paper dispenser behind the thing, like that cover.
We have them, and they don't fit properly. If you have to be very delicate in the way that you lay it down in the bath.
Yeah, listen.
Our bathrooms are the toilet seats are very oval-like, and those are too circular, so they kind of just fall in.
Listen, when the Nazis are coming over the hill, I ain't got time to put that fucking thing down. No, but I hate it when people use it, flush, and then it's still on the thing. The other person thought that, my job was just to sit on it, not to flush it with everything else. Because that thing is half ply. It's not even one ply. And he just left it there. And I walked in after, and I was like, this motherfucker is serious.
That's messed up, man.
What's even more messed up is when somebody absolutely destroys a bathroom. This happened very recently. I walked into the Cadillac bathroom, and because that's your obviously number one pick every time.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than going to the bathroom in the Cadillac bathroom with nobody else in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh my god, fucking king!
You feel like a king until somebody walks in and you're like, shit. So there's a bathroom on my building, which I actually didn't know about until last year, and I've been working in this building for 4 years. It's on the first floor, and there's a men's one and there's a women's one, but it's a private bathroom. It even has a shower in it. Now this bathroom is great. You know, you get your own personal space and all. However, people are very disrespectful with this bathroom. Like you can walk into this bathroom and just find like 20 or 30 sheets of just paper towel just like on the floor. They'll just be like a bunch of like toilet paper on the floor. Like people wash their hands and they just like throw the water all around. Like, I'm just so confused as to how this bathroom ends up looking the way it does at times. Like, what are you guys doing?
Exactly.
Like,
just because we're not at home doesn't mean you can do this.
Right, and just because nobody's here to witness you do it too, because if it was the other bathrooms where, you know, anyone can kind of walk in, like no one's gonna throw their paper towels all around. I just don't get it though. Like, how does that happen? How do your paper towels end up all over the floor?
They're heathens, Reza. They're heathens.
To me, it just seems like somebody just pulled a paper towel out the dispenser and just tossed it, and they just pulled another one out and they're
just running around. They thought they were in a park and it was a kite.
And they're not
started running around with them.
They're not even like crumpled up, like they're used. Like, so the paper towel dispenser, you know, it's just like a stack of them. So you just pull it out and it's just flat, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like folded, and you can kind of unfold it if you want. It's just the paper towels are just on the floor in their unfolded nature. No, I'm sorry, in their folded nature. So they haven't even been used. It looks like somebody just took a stack of paper towels and just started making it rain in the bathroom. I'm doing the make it rain thing with my hands right now.
I can hear it.
Okay, good.
Unreal. Yeah, like when people go to like toss their paper towels in the trash and they miss and they still walk out. It's like, bitch, I saw you miss it, and I know you saw me see you miss it. We have to address this at some point.
Bitch, I saw you see me see you.
Yeah. Oh no, I was talking about the time this one guy just absolutely destroyed a bathroom. There was shit.
Oh no.
On the side of the bowl.
Oh god.
It went high up. I was afraid, but I could have sworn there might have been like some splatter marks underneath the seat.
Oh Jesus.
Like, I don't know if it was a big guy. I don't know if the angle was all wrong, if he sat way too far back, but the bowl was destroyed.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, Sandy. If the bowl was destroyed, that man's ass ain't clean.
It's absolutely not.
That man walked into a boardroom meeting, and his ass was not clean.
Refer to it the way I refer to it. I appreciate that. Usually, you know, when I'm going to the bathroom, I just say BRB.
Yeah.
But sometimes I gotta let you know, I'm not gonna BRB. I got a board meeting, unions on strike. You know, it's bad. What else would I want to tell you? One of my female coworkers, we were working late at night, and then we were both like, all right, you go to the bathroom, I go to the bathroom, and then we'll walk out. She walked out, and she had this horrified look on her face. I go, what the fuck just happened? She goes, dude, somebody shit on the floor.
What?
And I go, what? She goes, no, there's a turd on the floor. And I go, so you mean to tell me I go in there, there's going to be a turd on the floor? She goes, what am I saying? Of course, there was a turd on the floor, and the whole bathroom smells like shit. And I go, I work at a company where all these women like to dress up every day. A lot of them dress up, they wear the wrong clothes. That's for a different podcast. And a separate podcast from that is women who like to wear high heels or who don't know how to wear high heels. These are the women that are shitting on the floor, Reza.
Oh god.
Like, you know, like a men's bathroom will smell like shit. That's just part of the agreement. But you'd think that like a woman would sort of treat their bathrooms a little bit better, but it's just a fucking crime scene. She's found used tampons on the ground. Like, just because they hit the ground, that's on you.
Yeah, it's not like
we'll do a test right now, figure out who this is.
It falls out. It falls on the ground. It's out of play.
It's out of play. I can't touch.
Out of play.
right? It's
I
like
picked up
nah.
my dribble, guys. I can't get that again.
Like, it's like I can't. It's like, well, nah, dude. See, first of all, that's yours. Okay, don't walk away like this ain't yours. What I also don't like, both men and women, is we have a lot of meetings throughout the day, and you usually take your computer with you, right?
Yeah.
People will walk into the bathroom and put their computer on
On
the
the yeah.
on the sink.
Yeah.
It's like, was it that fucking serious to have to bring your computer in here? You can't just leave it outside. You think we're just snatching computers around here?
I've
Or
seen
like,
that one
or
before
like,
too.
people will, like, balance their notebook on the urinals. Like, that's fucking
Really?
nasty, dude. That's fucking nasty. The
It's like going to a
worst.
bar and people taking their drinks inside and they're just like leaving it on
Right.
the urinal right there.
It's like, because like at home when you use the bathroom, number one or number two, once you're done, you put the seat cover down so that when you flush, the 6 foot spray of bacteria doesn't hit you in the fucking face.
Yeah.
Well, it's a urinal, all right. So that thing has got that sort of like concave, it's built to spread germs. So in a bar situation, oh great, now your entire glass is coated with your fucking shit, and you're drinking from it. You know,
I do want to
that's
point out, Sandy, that while you and I make shut the toilet when we flush the toilet after using the bathroom at home, I want to say that I don't think a lot of people do that.
well. If our listeners learn anything from this,
You should
this
fucking do that.
grand social experiment that is the Stone Cold Sober podcast, that is, you should definitely close the lid. That's really what it's for. I won't lie to you.
Anytime you're done using the bathroom, you should close the lid.
Close the lid and then flush, because
And
that, if you flush it with the thing up, all right, that it's a very regal spray.
yeah,
But because you're looking at it when you flush, it's all over your face now.
yeah.
So you wash your hands is not enough.
You wash that face,
You wash that face.
but you wash your hands first sufficiently, and then you wash your face.
Exactly. You gotta sing happy birthday twice. Like, you gotta really scrub. You can't just like pretend to like go for the soap. It's not there. Oh, it's okay. I'm still scrubbing. I'm getting off. It's like,
Or just like I was gonna say 2 second, but like two
oh my God.
millisecond, just
Right. People
rinse.
just like, oh, my hand's wet. It's clean. It's like, you think this is a fucking video game?
Nah, man. All you just did right there is provide some water to the bacteria.
Exactly. You fed the bacteria. I don't want to fucking shake your hand. Oh, people touch me in the bathroom. Freaks me the fuck out.
I don't think I've ever been touched in the bathroom before.
It's not that. All right. Well, let me rephrase that, because that sounds a little bit off.
Like, has someone shaking your hand or like just kind of patting your back or something like that?
I've been pat on the back. People try to shake my hand. I'm like, nah, dude, we can't do this in here. Come on.
Yeah.
You know the rules. You know the rules. Oh, so speaking of people bringing things in, people in there's a lot of people that I know who like bring their laptops into the bathroom. But what I see women do all the time is they'll go downstairs and they'll grab lunch, and then when they come up, they'll go into the bathroom first. So you mean to tell me that what you're about to eat has been coated by whatever's in that bathroom? Like, I don't give a shit if it's in a brown bag that you got from a takeout place. The first step should not have been to go into the bathroom.
Right.
The first step is to drop the food off first and then go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Because you walk out of the bathroom with a salad or whatever. It's obviously all covered in a bag or whatever. But you're walking in with all your shit.
Right.
Like, that's such a female thing to do. I don't understand what the need is. Are we discussing what our lunches are? Is there an active market where different lunch bits are being traded? Like, I don't understand how people who I deem to be pretty clean or seem clean, right? Every day are just like, you know what? I'm eating this shit covered food. It drives me bonkers, dude.
You know what I think people are going to take from this podcast?
What?
That the two of us are ridiculous germaphobes and we need to fucking chill out.
But are we, though?
I'm not. I ain't going to chill out, man. It's gross to me.
All you need to know
everything
is
about the bathroom is gross.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But it's also one of the best. It's also the room that sort of where some of the best sensations take place. Like, where you barely make it to the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
You barely make it to the bathroom, and then that moment we walk in is like, oh Jesus, the union's really on strike. We need to break up this riot. It's like, oh Jesus, gotta run. Hopefully there's a stall. Oh my God, there's no one in the bathroom. That feeling, Reza.
Yeah.
That feeling of knowing that that you're about to go to war, and there's gonna be some war crimes.
All these metaphors for you dropping a deuce.
Oh my God, it's like Manziel leading the Browns to the Super Bowl. It's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get ugly. Oh yeah, that's just my bathroom rant. I like to be clean. I like to be very courteous. You know, I don't like to bring my food in. I don't like to bring my computer in, my notebooks or whatever. I don't like to be on phone calls. I just want to be comfortable. Let me do my thing. 5 to 8 minutes later, I'm out. You know, this doesn't have to be a big production, but if you're gonna be weird about it, expect to hear from me.
But not really.
But not
expect to hear from you on the Stone Cold Soda podcast, but never in person.
Never in person. Never in person. My another coworker works on a different floor. He comes down, and I was like, "Oh, hey, what are you doing?" He goes, "Oh, I just came here to take a shit." And I go, "What?" He goes, "Dude, never shit on your own floor." I go, "Whoa." He goes, "Yeah, man, you don't ever want to meet someone that you know in the bathroom." I go, "Oh, I meet people all the time." He goes, "Nah, dude, big mistake. You shit somewhere else. Don't shit where you eat." And I go, "Well, that's not the literal." He goes, "Nah, that's the same thing." I go, "It's okay. I see what you did there. I don't agree with you thinking it's the exact same thing, but he goes, yeah, I always go to a different floor." He goes, "I can tell you every floor has the nicest bathrooms." He goes, "You got to go to the one floor on 26. Why 26 is so we have all these different elevator banks, right? Like 1 through 7, 8 through 15, whatever the fuck. 26 is a major one because it houses like 3 major elevator banks where you can like transition or transfer elevators."
Yeah.
He goes, "No one ever takes a shit on that floor because everyone's always transferring. Everyone's always trying to get to the next place. Nobody realizes there's bathrooms there. I go in there. It's pristine all day." And I go, "So you mean to tell me that you work on the 44th floor and you're going to take an elevator to take a shit?" I go, "Fuck yourself, all right? I'm going to walk 20 feet. It's more like 50 feet. I'm going to walk 50 feet. I'm going to take a shit. And if you see me, then we're going to pretend we don't know each other."
I must say, I feel him if in the event that there's no traffic, like that's the appeal of that bathroom downstairs for me. If I ever go there, no one's gonna I won't. It'll just be me. That's it.
Right.
You don't have to worry about anybody walking.
Well, does anyone ever bang on the door?
I mean, I really don't use it that often. There's been one of the times that I have used it, someone's tried to open the door and it locks and they walk away.
But you didn't say nothing though, right?
No, I didn't say anything. Like if they start knocking or banging, then I'll say like, "Hey,
chill out. I'm on a conference call in here.
I'm gonna be out when I be out." All right.
Right. So I close the door, and normally you can tell almost immediately whether or not there's someone in the stall. It's if the door is flush. You know what I mean? Like if the door's actually closed. People always try to open my door.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like when I'm in the Cadillac bathroom, you know, like they always sort of like open the door, and I was like, first of all, I don't always trust in my state of panic whether or not I locked it all the way. You know, it's always a moment for me.
No, I always double check. Always.
How?
Just give it a pull or a push, depending on which way it is.
Oh.
Just confirm, you know.
I just turn it and I'm on my way.
Nah, man. I double and triple check. I'd give it I don't just give it a once push. I give it a double push.
I see you in a cartoon way, like your feet are on the door and you're trying to pull back.
You can never be too sure, man. You can really never be too sure.
Oh, you're absolutely right. I got to work on that. All right. New thing for this week. Definitely double check. Yeah, because people will be like aggressively trying to open the door and I'm just not going to say anything, but it's like, I was in there. Yeah. Why did you try and get in so hard? Oh.
In mine, it's like it's one of the rotate ones. It's not like the slide.
Yeah, so mine is too.
You can see from the outside. Like if you had a screwdriver, you could open it, right? If you had something flat, you can insert it in and kind of rotate it. But you could tell then, based on the orientation of the opposite side of the lock, you can tell whether it's closed, whether it's locked or not. So if it's completely vertical, like that little like dash is vertical, that means it's locked. And
Oh,
if it's kind of slanted, then it's opened.
it'd be
Because
nice
I
if we
think
went like the airplane way, occupied, not occupied, based on how you turn it.
right.
I'll put that in as a request.
I want to say the the handicap bathroom it always stays completely flush against the door, and the only way you can tell if it's locked or not is based on that, or if you actually pushed it. But I think the other bathrooms, they stay slightly ajar.
Gotcha.
The other stalls, not bathrooms, the other stalls. There, so we have 4 stalls and 2 urinals, and and the handicap one has its own sink, which is awesome.
Um, I was talking to some of my trader friends, like in Wall Street, not like Benjamin. What's his name? Who's the most famous trader in American history? What's his name? From the
Uh,
Revolutionary War? Benedict Arnold.
oh,
Um,
I got you.
so not a Benedict Arnold, more like a Wolf on Wall Street kind of guy.
Yeah,
So my friends who work on Wall Street, they have like when on their trading floors, there's like thousands of people or hundreds of people working, right?
yeah,
So you can't have a bathroom with only 3 stalls, right? So I went in one of their bathrooms once because I was working as a from the advertising side. I was just going to one of their offices. The men's bathroom, no joke, had 15 urinals
wow.
and 20 stalls.
That's like a rest stop.
Absolutely, absolutely. But these walls were like wood walls, like marble, like a very beautiful bathroom.
Yeah.
And then they were talking about it once when we were interning. He goes, "Yeah, dude, I've beat off in the bathroom." I go, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, dude. It's late at night, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm gotta wake myself up again." I go, "You serious?" He goes, "Yeah, dude. This is the thing that people do." And I go,
This
"So
is the
you?"
thing that people do.
Yeah, I go, "No, it's not. No, it's not." He goes, "Nah, dude. I've been in the bathroom with other people where we were
No.
both."
No.
We were both wearing headphones into our phones doing our own thing. I go, no, you. He goes, listen, sell it to me all you want, okay? But you should never be watching porn in the office, even on your personal device.
You should not be beating off in the
It'll
office,
never
man.
get that desperate
Yeah.
where you need to beat off at work. If anything, go outside, get some fresh air. You know, take a minute, walk away from the situation, and then come back when you're ready. You never greet that situation with an open hand. Get the fuck out of here.
That is ridiculous.
Oh,
He's like,
Jesus.
the fact that 2 grown ass men came to the consensus that they're gonna both go into the stall and just beat off
Yeah.
and be completely fine. Could you imagine the first time this happened? Like, what if one person was in one stall and the other person in the other stall? Like, if somebody walks in, you gotta panic, right?
Oh,
You
absolutely.
can't just keep going about your business. This is like one of those
Right.
situations when you're
That's
doing
business
something
that never should have been open in the first place.
right, you're doing something that you know you shouldn't be doing, and you know that no one you really do know that no one's going to know that you were doing that particular thing, but at the same time you're on panic mode, so you think that everyone's like, you're on high alert, you think everyone's immediately aware of what you were doing, right?
Right.
So then in your mind, then you start to like overcompensate, and then it becomes obvious that you were doing something you shouldn't be doing, but the other person's not exactly sure what it was that you were actually doing. Like, shit, maybe you were doing drugs. I don't know.
And people do drugs in the bathroom. You know, but it's just like, listen, all right. I don't give a shit. There's 20 stalls and we're on the end. The fact that we're both behind closed doors in the same room beating off,
Nah, man.
that's one too many. That's one too many,
I'm just gonna stay at home and chill with my monkey, Sandy.
right? And chill with your own monkey, and I'm chill with my own monkey, and our monkeys will never be in the same room together. Go fuck yourself. Oh,
Oh
Jesus.
man.
That's like in porn when you watch like a threesome scene. Always 2 girls.
If it's ever more than one.
What is this other dick doing here?
Your dick, there's a male to female ratio that has to be met when it comes to porn, and it has to at least be 1. It can never drop below 1. If it's below 1, shut the whole thing down.
It can never drop below 1.
Yeah, man, there has to be at least 1 vagina for 1 penis. And you never start to like mingle with the other person. Like for example, right? Say if there's 2 guys and 2 girls,
No.
One girl,
No.
one guy's having sex with one girl. The other guy can't wander over to that girl and start messing with her.
Can
Like,
you
what the fuck?
imagine?
What are you doing?
Just like leaves.
The imagery of it, like he just kind of like walks over and is like, "Hey, what's
He
up?"
just like shimmies on over. The other guy's like, "What are you doing?" He
Right.
goes, well, you know." He goes, "Nah, bitch. Heck,
You
get
got your
messing
own
with."
girl. What are you
Yeah.
doing?
Oh my god.
You could wait your turn. All right, we'll just wait your turn.
No, I can't. Even that's too much.
Yeah, but I'm
Even
just
that's
saying, if you had to do anything, you don't wait your turn. But yeah, when it comes to porn, it's got to be. It's got to. The ratio has to be at least one.
right.
It can't drop any. It can't drop any lower than that.
Now, granted, there are people who enjoy the multiple guys to the
Sure,
girl video,
sure.
and those videos were made for those people.
That ain't my style.
But those people are heathens, Reza. Those are the same people. Those are the same people that are bringing their food into the bathroom, shitting on the walls. We don't. It's
You
like
just group
Simba.
them all together,
Don't
don't
go
you?
there.
You
You
just
never
group them
go
all
there.
together.
All of them in the same camp. Oh Jesus! I was listening to the Kevin Pereira do a podcast called the Pointless Podcast.
Which you've completely listened to every single episode, basically.
Every single
in
episode.
like a week.
I'll link you. I'll link the playlist to that one as well. It's a great podcast.
All right.
Kevin Pereira, TV host, producer, actor. He used to do Attack of the Show on G4.
Yeah.
What I found crazy was they would every day go in and shoot a live show.
Yeah.
Like they would just talk about what they might want to do in the morning, do like a half-ass rehearsal, and they were live on TV.
Let me ask you: did he ever have on the Pointless Podcast? Did he ever have Olivia Munn or Candace or even Sarah Underwood on the show?
Sarah Underwood a few times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you should definitely check those out. Those are a lot of fun.
But he never had like Candace or Olivia on the show.
Candace,
I
yes.
could see
Olivia,
Candace being
no.
on it, but maybe not Olivia.
Not Olivia.
Interesting. I wonder if they were like friends in real life or they were just coworkers.
I think, yeah, that's true. And I think Olivia's maybe a little bit too big now
Yeah.
to go back, which kind of sucks. But like some of Kevin Pereira, he's a really funny guy. He's sort of like Bob Saget, where he presents a very wholesome image,
Yeah.
but then like he talks about just like sex all the time on this podcast. And he was saying like to some of his female guests about like the porn intake or whatever,
Yeah.
or just general porn intake. And he's saying that he's been trying to cut it down because for a while, and he's in a very committed relationship and yada yada yada. But he said that based on his porn consumption, and he goes, "I've got multiple tabs open, everything's playing at once, I'm flying lips." He goes, "It really desensitizes me."
Yeah.
So he would try to do this experiment where he would try and jerk off without any porn. And he goes, "For the first few times, it was really tough because that part of my brain was brain dead." And he goes, "And then it starts to warm up. But the first things that you do is you start to remember old scenes that you always watch. Because every guy's got like a
Got that spank
handful of
bank,
scenes.
dude. That's what it is. It's a spank bank.
It is a spank bank. But even in the porn world, it's like you've got your clips that you stumbled upon once and you never left.
Yeah. Like that clip could do it every time for you.
That exactly. You put yourself in this frame of reference with that clip is the best thing that's ever happened to you. And then he goes, after a certain while, like you can feel parts of your brain sort of like come back to life again.
Right.
That really terrified me because I was like, oh Jesus, that sounds like some permanent brain damage.
Right.
I haven't jerked off in I want to say like a week and a half.
There you go.
And I think it was, in the beginning it was just like I was really tired every day and I didn't really think about it. I was like, I wake up, the first thing I do is start working out. I go to work. I come back late. You and I play video games. I shower and I go to bed.
Yeah.
And I think I started thinking about it like 2 days ago. I was like, should I? I was like, I don't really feel like it. It's like, all right, go to bed. And I think I'm just going to try and keep it going for as long as I can. It's not like I'm actively trying not to.
You're not part of that no-fap community quite yet, but...
No, but I have been part of that no-fap community before. And it was an extended period of time, and I was very happy with the amount of time that I had amassed.
Yeah.
6 months. It was crazy.
Oh, snap.
6 months was out of control. It was one of the most proud things I've ever done in my life.
When was this?
This was in high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But so I'm thinking about what Kevin Pereira was saying, and I was like, you know what? Maybe we should start to like withdraw from the spank bank and just like sort of reduce that a little bit and have that be more organically grown from my side.
Yeah.
But I haven't really given that a run yet. But I haven't watched porn, so there you go. This has been a
Yeah.
very open podcast.
Well, your bathroom habits, now your porn habits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find that interesting, and I think a lot of studies have been attempted with to discover how exactly porn affects human males.
Okay.
I've always, I don't know how, I guess it's true, but I've seen it like referenced a few times on Reddit in the past, where there was some researcher from some university, some psychologist, and he was trying to study the effects of porn on humans, but he had to abandon the study because he couldn't find a single male who had never seen porn before, or doesn't watch it like
Right.
somewhat regularly.
Well, there's stuff on regular TV that borders on porn.
Right. And I think it's strange the way we maybe stigmatize porn, and like certain aspects, certain things in general, right? So we'll say like sexuality is like a mature thing. Violence is for mature people only.
Yeah.
But we let things slide too. So things like violence, I think people that are younger people get exposed to that pretty early, and we kind of just let that slide for the most part, unless it's super egregious. But then when it comes to sexuality, it's like, oh, if you can do whatever you want to do. Like you could twerk on somebody, you can dry hump somebody, you can do whatever you want on normal TV. But as soon as a nipple shows, all hell breaks loose.
It's all over.
It's all
which
over.
Which is absolutely unreal.
Right.
Absolutely unreal.
It's like and when it comes to porn, then a lot of people watch it, but then at the same time, you would never really want. You would never want your daughter to be in porn. You would never like want your sister or cousin to be in porn. I guess you might be cool with it if it was like a friend or something like that. But
well, that's interesting, right? Because, well, I agree with that statement. What I meant to say with interesting is Kevin Pereira is friends with a few adult performers.
Right.
And he goes, I'm great friends with these people. I could just never envision being in the business.
Right.
And
I listened to the one with April O'Neil.
Oh, my girl.
Which is funny because I never heard of her. I
Really?
didn't know her name. Yeah. I looked her up later.
The real MVP.
And I actually didn't recognize her. So
oh, okay. When you say you looked her up, what do you mean?
I Googled her.
Oh.
I wasn't like actively like, I wasn't like watching porn, just like trying to go see her stuff.
If you're gonna do research on porn stars, you can't go to Google.
Google gives you the answers. Google gives you references. It's not like I don't know. I don't remember if she had a Wikipedia page or whatever it was, but I'm just saying I saw her face. I saw who she was, and I didn't recognize her.
Oh, I was like, you gotta go in.
You just drop right into Pornhub. Just jump head first.
Pornhub,
Head first.
Pornhub.com. Our sponsors at Pornhub.com.
Maybe they could sponsor us if they want.
If Pornhub sponsors us,
I'll let it go. I will read advertisements for Pornhub.
I think I would love you and I to tag team sponsorship messages.
Why do you have to say it like that?
Pornhub.com. Because I'm trying to get them to sponsor us.
But tag team?
Well, we talked about it before. Okay?
No. Only if the ratio is one or more.
You see, slippery slope.
Yeah, man.
Mistakes can be made.
Mistakes will be made.
Oh God, that sounds terrible. But yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting because so there are people that have will attribute, like, all of this stuff is not like super scientific. You'll just hear people's stories, just various stories from various people, right? That feel that porn has had this negative effect on their life. So with some people, they feel like they can't either get hard or they can't actually come. Okay. Because they masturbate too much. Yikes. So if they actually see a girl naked in real life, like their body, their minds are so tuned to basically them doing it with their hands that they can't actually finish with the girl.
Oh
God. And like you'll see those types of stories like NoFap.
Yeah.
Where people are like, so the Reddit community, NoFap, and people will then say, that's when they knew they had to just stop altogether. So they just go cold turkey, and supposedly things get better for them. But like all of this is like it's not like super scientific or anything like that. But so I guess like when it comes to that, the only thing that really matters is just yourself. So if you feel like porn has a negative effect on your life in some way,
You should
think
probably do
about
something
cutting
about
back
it.
a little bit.
But it's like it's almost like a cocaine addiction, where
Yeah,
that dopamine level goes up after sort of a session, right? But
right.
what's crazy with like exactly like cocaine and every other addictive substance is your return is a little bit less every time.
Yeah.
And with porn, it's crazy because then you got to get deeper and weirder to
Oh
sort of
God.
not well, you know what I mean. Like
I know. I know.
you
I
just
know
got to
what you
find new
mean.
things. You
I
got to
know what you're
find new
saying.
things.
I know what you're saying, and I still don't. I've never even come close to that. Like I watched porn for a while now, and I've never ventured any type of weird shit. Well,
Well,
I
let's
don't think it's
define
weird.
weird.
What? I
What's weird?
I just like a guy and a girl. That's all I need.
Just guy and a girl.
Just a guy and a girl. There doesn't have to be any type of role play.
That's
Just a
fair.
guy and a girl.
Okay, that's all fine. Like I've
I'm not
never.
interested in like the
I don't like.
bondage or
I don't
like
like that. I don't like that.
what's that?
I don't like that stuff either.
Yeah, like the violence or anything like that.
Oh God, no! That's horrifying.
Uh,
I'm trying to keep my boner.
or like what's his name? Stan's dad
What is that?
from South Park. You remember the episode when the internet went down
Oh my God.
and he's talking about like Brazilian fart porn or something like that? Because I think that's around the time where like Two Girls One Cup was going around the internet.
Oh right.
Ah,
Yeah.
Jesus.
No. Absolutely not.
Oh God. You remember the reaction videos to that video?
I remember the video,
I
and that was enough.
yeah, freshman year of college, man.
Oh Jesus.
There's a video with Kermit the Frog watching it.
Oh Jesus. Does he react better than we do?
He's just like, oh God, no, and then he has like a bottle of lotion on like the table, and he like brings it towards him. Man.
That's amazing. Oh God.
Yeah.
But yeah, to those that are suffering from porn, why don't you close on that tab? It was kind
Yeah.
of weird that you were watching it while listening to us in the first place. But we'll let it slide this time. No, we won't.
You
I
speak for
lied.
yourself, Sandy. You speak for yourself.
I lied. You stop that right now.
Yeah.
But you're right. People. I think another one of those things is people overly sexualize normal human interaction now,
Yeah.
based on how porn is shot. Like, oh, I'm a plumber, came to fix your shit. I'm a pizza guy, came to deliver your shit. It's like, nah, that's like, just because a woman smiles at you and says something nice doesn't mean she's going to want to jump on you.
Right, and actually, that's another thing that I think that was one of the things that the guy wanted to look into. That researcher, I think he wanted to see how porn affected people's relationships with women in real life. So, what do you expect to get from women when you speak to them, or like like you've heard some people. I'm sure you've talked to some people that feel like guys and girls can't really be great friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like a girl will in theory friend zone a guy, but a guy will never really friend zone a girl. And I don't still think that's necessarily true, right? Like I don't know about you, but there are plenty of girls that I'm friends with, and I like to me they're like the level of friendship that we have. It's kind of like a brother and sister type of thing, right?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say brother or sister type of thing
But it's
for
just
some people, but you're absolutely right.
right,
I definitely share that with some people, but with like the friends thing, it's like, yep, you're a friend. I've never thought about you in another way. I don't want to think about you another way. I never plan to.
right. Like it's not like it's a knock on anybody because somebody
No,
can be very pretty, but you just may not have that like you're not thinking anything sexual about that person. It's just
right.
it's not like it's a bad thing, and at the same time, I guess it's a good thing too, right? Because that would be really weird if all of your relationships, your interactions with somebody from the opposite sex, kind of have that in the background, the back of your mind. And like, have you seen the people that that are like super critical about certain women. So like you might see like a model, right? And then they all of a sudden people jump on like, oh, she has like this on her face, or like this little mark on her body's really like is off. She's like
Yeah.
a 5 out of 10.
Oh yeah.
Like really, really though. Like how picky are you?
But you saw the mark though.
I think it all it's
No, I hear you. It can be really
and
ridiculous.
yeah, I don't even think that's necessarily just porn. I think it's just like the level. I think there's a bit of entitlement that some people feel when it comes to like the women that they see. Like when you can just click on, when you can go to Google and search your favorite celebrity model, whatever, and wearing next to nothing, and you all of a sudden, I don't want to say you expect your future girlfriend or whatever that has to look that good or better, but to like then take those same standards and like hold everyone else accountable to like, or to that same level, I think it's unfair,
Right.
especially considering how easy it is to Photoshop images, and people, even just makeup. People, like, I feel like no one's really, you never really see someone's natural self. And I feel like that's a shame. Like the fact that some people feel like they can't go out without spending an hour or two getting dressed to be seen by other people. I think it's a shame.
Yeah. Oh man, I think we've covered a lot today. A lot of fun stuff today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, just please, please, when you're done using the bathroom, close the lid and then flush. You're really gonna thank yourself. You're really gonna thank yourself. I think that's the note that I want to end on today.
There you go.
The porn habit is just as important. You know.
Porn habit. Yeah. Whatever.
Well, we'll pick that up next week. But please, ladies and gentlemen that are listening, please
Wash your damn hands. Soap
wash
and
it.
water.
Well, before you do that,
All right. Close
the lid
Close the lid.
and then flush. You can put the lid back up. It's not like you're leaning back on the lid when you go. I don't think it's ever gotten that serious for me. You know, the lean back move, that's aggressive. That's how you find yourself shitting on the side of the bowl.
I just love that some people just sit in the bathroom and they're just like, they just go to the bathroom and they just screw around on their phones the entire time.
Yeah,
People aren't even dropping deuces. They just go sit on the toilet and just fuck around on their phone.
it's weird.
Yeah.
We didn't even get into that. But
That's
but yeah, I
that's
think
all
that's
I
it.
got.
All right. Well, I'm
Well,
Sandy.
I'm Reza.
Thanks so much for listening. We'll see you next week.